Hello, welcome to Mystic Moons. So, this is going to be an all signs collective reading. I am opening up the floor if anyone has any personal questions. We can explore those together with a donation. All contributions are definitely appreciated. My channel isn't monetized, and I do depend upon your support. I hear the birds chirping so eagerly outside, everyone. Of course, now it's probably 6 a.m. or so. Plenty of time for the little birds to go and sing their morning songs. Their morning songs are probably all about foodiums and maybe calling out to others in their flock, maybe their mates, talking about foodiums some more. Say now's the time to go and get the bugs, everyone. Actually, I had a whole bunch of bread that I was feeding them. But now I ran out of, I don't have any. Actually, I do have a box of cereal I don't intend to touch. Someone gave it to me. I believe it's Honey Nut Cheerios that in the bottom of the box it says genetically or is it bioengineered foods? I think it's bioengineered foods. It has that caveat, that disclaimer. I was going to go and give it since it was given to me, and apparently the expiration date's good till December. I was going to give it to a neighbor of mine who has something like 3 kids. But then I saw the the genetic, whatever, bioengineered ingredient caveat. I can't give a little kid that. I can't give an old person that either. I mean, I can, but I can give little birdies that. So I'm going to give little birdies Honey Nut Cheerios. It'll be animal treat. So, aware, beware, messages from spirit. Let's go and see what's in the energy. I'm a little tired. I woke up about an hour and 30 minutes ago. I wanted to do a reading last night, but I got so tired. I don't know if it was in part from the reading I did, who did I do the reading for? I think I did the reading for Virgo. Was it Virgo's reading that tired me out, or just maybe I was just being tired in general? So anyway, let's go and see what's in the energy of the collective. So TL, did you make your donation of $25 to either buy me a coffee or Cash App? If you did, let me know what payment platform that you submitted your donation through, and I'll be more than happy to go and pull for you. If anybody else has any questions as well, for a full reading for $25, I'll be more than happy to pull. Also, if you just have a simple yes or no question for $5, I can go and take a look as well. But it has to be a yes or no question. And all personal readings, I need a donation. Of course, if you don't want to do up to $25, that's fine. But the cards that you'll get will be at my discretion how many I pull, based on the generosity. So in the meantime, then, I invite you to sit back and enjoy the reading for the collective, which I'll also add, my channel isn't monetized. So I get no benefit from this. This is my volunteerism. All right. Let's see, message to start with. In fact, I want the tinctures on this. And let that sound out. So, our first message. Passionate. Starting off our first message with perhaps a love reading. Let's see. I have light. Could also be finally getting an avenue to go and work on something that really excites you. A direction that you're passionate about that's opening up. Oh, but I think we have a love reading. I have heard, and that's probably because I work in media, I have heard clients tell me, oh, they want their branding or this or that, their campaign to be sexy. But I have to say, I don't think that's a typical word, unless, of course, you're in branding and marketing and so forth, and something that you are using to appeal to people. But I do think we're not really dealing with a campaign. We're dealing with an actual love reading. Passionate, light, and sexy. Okay. Three of Pentacles, though, is work. It's also many eyes are on you, not necessarily many eyes are on you. If someone is in passionate and sexy energy, I can assure you in this energy, it's being scoped, it's being noticed by a lot more eyes than just one pair. Like you have many eyes, many eyes scoping you out. You go, that person likes that person. I'm going to pull one more tarot on that Judgment. Somebody likes someone else in the message that I have here, even that Two of Wands energy. Somebody likes somebody else. Something that's interesting about this, though, Two of Wands. Something that's interesting about this energy. This is rather stationary energy. Somebody's off there in their own space, doing their own thing, minding their own business. Someone else is noticing that. It's like two separate orbs, two separate planets making their orbits, and not really an opportunity to blend their realities, to meet, to talk, to interact. Well, maybe that's changing as well with Three of Pentacles and Judgment. Maybe talking's finally happening, but I still have this general energy around it of staying back. Contemplation. Which makes the Judgment all the more interesting, because are we dealing with somebody who's just going to have an interest? Their heart will flutter. Maybe the tips of their ears will turn warm. That's as far as they'll go. Their eyes will follow, but their body will remain where they are. Their lips will remain closed. And if you look in their direction, their eyes will become downcasted. I have hate. I have sorry. I have wait. Ooh. So message number one, somebody has an admirer and that person, for whatever reason, cannot approach, will not approach. I think they hate the fact that they can't go and feel confident enough, feel able enough to come up and speak their truth, come up and blend their orbit with yours, share space together, share time together. But this person is going to stay in their own atmosphere. You will remain in your own atmosphere, and they're sorry for the wait. Now, the wait isn't necessarily being written off, isn't going, oh, this will never happen. I can never do this. But this person cannot move, will not move now. Time isn't right. Well, if a time isn't right and if a person isn't approaching, essentially this is the same thing as never happening at all, right? I mean, what does it matter if someone is there looking at you with their heart fluttering with butterflies if you don't even know who they are? But maybe the message here is you could know who they are if you yourself took a more active role. I'm going to pull one more tarot and a few more moon cards, and we'll see. And then I'm going to let this message, well, we'll go on to another message. Because I am personally not that interested about somebody who wants to approach but can't. Oh, okay. 8 of Wands. Is that waiting not too long? I have cat hairs all over my face. I have a bunch of cats and my gloves are covered in cat hairs. And I brushed my face just now with my glove and it feels like I rubbed my face against a pussycat. I have cat hairs all over my face. That's more, I mean, at least even, well, I do have to comb my cats. Anyway, it's getting warmer. That's probably why, too. Anyway, I have 8 of Wands. I'm not going to say I think cats are relevant or cat hair is relevant. No, it's just my own caveat that you're, watching a psychic right now with, I should have ran that, what was it called? That sticky tape thing that you put on your suits, your business clothes. So when you go outside in public, not everybody knows that you rolled around with like 4 cats prior or you had them sitting on your lap. Whatever that tape roll thing is, I should have put them on these. Anyway, next time. Anyway, I have 8 of Wands. Let's go and find out a little bit more with the 8 of Wands. I have money. Also rich. Praiseworthy. Somehow I don't like this message as well. What I'm getting with 8 of Wands, money and praiseworthy, somebody feels like they're not adequate yet to approach. They intend to approach. They just don't feel like they're adequate yet. They don't have anything to match, especially with that 9 of Pentacle energy, bottom of the deck energy, 7 of Swords energy, 4 of Swords. This person doesn't feel like they measure up to you. Maybe they measure up to you in intelligence, in swiftness of mind, in like ideas, intellectually, logically, you could be on the same page, but there is an actual discrepancy between your influence, your ability, your trappings, your training, and theirs. So I do think I have somebody here who wants to have you wait or will wait on your connection until, thank you for the like, until they have something to go and share. At the very least, they have some money, say they have some jingle in their pocket to go and spend. I have a love reading. This person will not approach because they're poor. Oh, they are insufficient, inadequate. But I have a love reading. I have a love reading. The Lovers and Devil. This person has been scoping you out for a while. I'm also going to say with that Three of Pentacles energy judgment that I had up here initially, I'm going to say this person's affections towards you maybe is not known towards you. Maybe you don't know, blah, blah, blah. But I do think others around the both of you know that this person feels that way about you. And it's probably even too, I'm going to say, Judgment and Three of Pentacles energy. It probably is also too, this person's affection towards you is probably even being spoken about. It's probably a subject of conversation. Everybody knows but you, or everybody knows at least the seriousness, the realness, the something of it other than you. Like maybe you said, oh, this person looked at me, or this person spoke to me, or this person seems nice, but you don't know the wholeness of it, the wholeness of how they feel. And it's like, gee, do they feel intensely, by the way? I mean, you can just look at the cards even without knowing tarot, and you could tell that you have somebody who literally sends themselves to the highest depths and the lowest depths. You have somebody who's very quite affected with you. You know what I'm also going to say in this energy, by the way, especially with judgment, the reason why this person is probably so affected, we do probably have love at first sight. This is someone who, for no reason at all other than just purely being struck by a Cupid's arrow, this person likes you. You could probably have 6 feet and this person will really, really like you. You could probably be like, I'm not going to say living out of a cardboard box, but you could probably, you're just there with yourself without whatever you have gained and learned, without any of your attributes, without any detriments. This person just loves you inexplainably for you. I am going to say that as well in this energy. Love at first sight, and it doesn't make any sense why, they just do. And again, I do think that their attraction has been noticed. Will that conversation get back to you? I don't know. Depends on how much loyalty they have for the person who, for no reason at all, is just captivated by you. But it is a subject of conversation. It is noticed. It is noticeable. Perhaps it's noticeable by you if you look around, if you consider who is around you. I'll pull one more moon card, but essentially I do have that you are heads and shoulders above this person. I do think, again, intellectually, you guys click and align, but I think this person, at the very least, doesn't have, well, is poor. Not maybe poor, but poor for the, well, there was an old TMC movie, some old 1940s movie that I saw over the past week, and they had this old guy character saying, what did he say? Something to the effect of, like, it takes money to court a lady. It takes money to court. I have history. I have deep feelings. Yeah, you're dealing with somebody who definitely, for no particular reason, really, really likes you. Love at first sight. No explainable reason why. I'm going to also say with history here, in the energy that I have, we're probably also dealing with that because there's history in another lifetime. This was something that is strands of fate. Something to hit this deep with on such a surface level. It's probably soulmate energy from before. And this person is waiting. All right, well, that's a little bittersweet. Do I continue exploring the bittersweet energy of this, or do I go off to another message? Will they approach? Will they not approach? Will anything come of it? Because this person feels like they are not equipped, they are not prepared to. And generally, depending upon what exactly are they prepared to or equipped, whether that's emotional support, financial support, physical support, etc. Typically, if somebody feels like they're inadequate to act on a certain level, then they speak that reality into existence for themselves. Somebody says that they're inadequate, they are. Because they don't have the resolve to do better. You know, I'll pull one more card on that and then we'll go on to another message. Person is in your orbit. I know I said one more, but I'm curious. That's all the message that I have right now. All what I'm going to get right now. You have a soulmate, somebody with soulmate. I do think we have more than one soulmate. I think the whole thing about soulmates is not so much whether it was a true soulmate or a false soulmate or whatever these other cute words are. I really think it all comes down to timing and the maturity level, the emotional maturity, the mental maturity. How fully formed are they to truly give what you need? And how fully formed are you to give what they need? And for it to be in a healthy way and not a toxic way. That's what I think comes down when you have these connections. And I have somebody right now, a connection that's there, but this person are they scared? I don't get scared, but they feel very, very inadequate. They feel weak. Not that their energy feels weak, they themselves feel inept. So let's go on to another message. I'm going to go and shoo that message away. Shoo. You know, this person gets gumption. Well, in another aware and beware, that will come up. But now I'm telling that energy, that message, please go away. Let's see what else we got. Just a general message to pull. What is the message in our energy? Something to be aware of or beware of. 3 of Pentacles. Excuse me, not 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands with a 4 of Wands, King of Cups, 8 of Cups, 4. I don't like, am I getting a repeated message? It feels like a little bit like repeated message energy. 4 of Wands, King of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords. First of all, the 4s are stability. And continue, something that is continuous Someone has a single thought in mind and they're working towards it, working with dedication towards their goals, working with dedication for their future, for the future they hope to have, for the type of life they hope to have. That's why I said I don't like this message, because it feels like the message I just pulled. Well, whatever. We'll see what this is about. Sometimes when I pull these readings, I get the same message repeated, but they're just like the same river, and then they go off into different streams. Same theme, different themes, or different streams rather. But yes, it's what I have here. Someone working very hard for the life they want to have. Well, we'll see how that plays out. 3 of Wands. Somebody's in good energy. Let me go and say that too. Also, too, with this 3 of Wands, someone is in really good energy. Someone has a good heart. Good heart, good vision, clear vision, open vision. Also, too, I'm going to say this person has a lot of hope and love for, I feel like, the world, the future, their place in it. This is a good person. This is a good person doing good things. And we'll find out some more. That card popped out. I'm curious. Dodged a bullet. I feel like I have my cards. Oh, I have them this way. Let me go and put it that way. Not that it matters so much, but I like the anonymous side of things. So let's find out more. So dodged a bullet, fell out. You yourself may have dodged a bullet. You also too could have, or maybe this person could have, just be in your energy. Things have been very touch and go. Maybe things have been very touch and go, and they still could be very touchy, right? 3 of Wands is not necessarily stable energy, but it's energy that is, now things are starting to gain some ground, some traction, enough for you to not be reactionary, but to plan. 3 cards I want to accompany our 3 of Wands. I have mistrust, I have runner, and I have bad. Dodged a bullet with 3 of Wands in the energy. Now, first of all, I see trauma, obvious trauma. But also, too, what I'm getting still essentially is there is good energy. There's a good person around you. Are you that good person? You know, that King of I already folded that back. I think I did. That King of Cups together with, what was it, 4 of Wands, something like that. I forgot the cards exactly. But that King of Cups energy felt like energy that's being directed at you rather than you acting in that energy. So first of all, I want to say that the trauma of what you have been going through, who you've been dealing with, obviously understand that people are not the same all over. You can trust. I have like. I have sweet. And I have abusive. So you could feel that because of affection, or because you're affectionate, because you care, that's put you into bad situations. Now, with this energy that is essentially a good person, am I saying to trust that person or abusive? I don't know. We're just seeing what I have here. What I do have is that not that you did step out of, you have stepped out of dealing with some ick. I'm just going to call it that, with ick. And maybe too, we could say here with light, sweet, and abusive, your pliability or your attention, your devotion, your care, something about how open you are and how quickly you are to give. Could have put you in a less than favorable light with less than favorable people. Like the wolf in Little Red Riding Hood. Somebody with their big eyes, using their big jaws to go yum, yum. And I'm going to put two more moon cards, and then let's look at a tarot. I have smart and I have air. Well, am I dealing with an air sign here? Are you dealing with an air sign? We definitely have ideas here. Thoughtful. Someone who's different, coming in weeks. It is a changed attitude. Is someone you can trust? I don't know. Let's go and see. Apologies for that. I know sometimes I can get a bit loud. The very first sound healing class I attended, there was this really weird person. Of course, in those sorts of classes, you always run into weird people. Not that I should talk. I mean, I'm here on a tarot channel and, I have that many cats. But, weird is weird. And there is this person who, in the very first class, something within the very first 10 minutes, went up to one of the gongs, this huge gong that was about 4 feet wide, and banged it with all of his strength. Of that, I could still feel the ringing of that. But these metal things, when you clang them in a strong way, in the wrong way, ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. And that to me was the ugly sound that was playing just now. So I apologize for that. So I have thoughtful, meat eater, weaks, and humble. And I have the lovers. I have the tower. And I have Ace of Cups. I have bottom of the deck energies, Fool and Death. A new change is coming, a new opportunity. Well, change is definitely coming. A new direction is coming. Definitely you have transformation in your energy. You have love coming, not immediately, but here soon. Somebody is counting down the days, counting down the minutes. Until they approach you, this person is watching you, this person is aware of you. You could be aware of this person and you could purposely too be ignoring this person's what you feel. You yourself could be hesitant with dodge the bullet and that mistrust, blah, 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 ick energy. You could say, oh, I don't even want to bother this. I do think this person feels differently, and you can tell this person feels differently, but you also too are not being receptive, not being open, not making it easy. I feel like those words are not quite hitting the mark for what I feel, but definitely not being receptive and not being open. There's a little bit of, not that you're closed off, but you're not facilitating anything, making it easy. But something's coming your way anyway. This person is an opposite from you, but not that much. Very smart. This person could have strong Scorpio energy too, by the way. They could have strong Scorpio and or air, Gemini, Aquarius energy. There could be water or air Venuses at play. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to say here. This has been developing for a while, with weeks. Ace of Cups here, with the fact that we're just about to enter June season. Well, we're already in June season. I mean, Cancerian season. Ace of Cups is Cancerian. Also, to the Lovers is Gemini. We are leaving Gemini and going on to Cancer. With Lovers being Gemini, Tower transformation, and then going on into maybe something happening within the next 3 days, the next 3 weeks. Very short energy. Well, short for me. I sometimes get more drawn out messages. Anyway, yeah, somebody's coming your way. I do think you probably, or when this person comes here, you're going to feel something, but you're also not going to make it easy. But regardless, as long as you don't entirely run away, this person is going to approach. You're going to have a love offer. Try not to allow past trauma to go and influence this person, because the person that's approaching you, that is a good person. Good, really good energy, fresh energy. I like the energy of it. It's consistent energy. It's a good person. You can take it from me. I give this person a thumbs up. Oh, I will say, though, that although this person is a good person, this person's different from you. You're different from them. I'm also going to say, with the death that's here and the Tower, that there is strength that's going to have to be involved here. There's some sort of, is it how you feel next to this person, how they feel next to you, how perhaps you could appear. There's something here in this energy I'm going to call out as well that calls for courage. Courage to say, well, this is what I want. And I don't really care what other people say about it, as long as it's what I want, it's what they want, we're aligned. There is a little bit of that energy too. So keep that in mind as well. I don't necessarily think that this is someone who is going to appear and you're going to be like, oh, my other half, if I was, this is like me with broader shoulders, or me with narrow shoulders. Me with these chromosomes, me with that chromosome. I don't know. But this is someone who is radically different from you, or radically different than what you expected, what you currently expect a love partner to be. There's also like transforming your ideas of what makes